East Tennessee State in UT Chattanooga. Big Southern Conference battle. Let's take a look at our Carolina Ford dealers starting lineups. First for Chattanooga, they've got a freshman at the point. He moved in 5 games ago. That's Casey Long, Jason Rogan, Chris Brown, Ashley Champion, and Mindaugas Catalinas has been playing well in the middle for Chattanooga. Now for the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State. They've got a great point guard in their own right in Tim Smith, who averages almost 16 points a game. Gerald Fields, Aki Wadu, they are the 2 seniors. Ben Rhoda and James Anthony also in that starting lineup. East Tennessee State will be in their home whites. And it's Chattanooga with the first offensive possession. Tennessee Chattanooga in their road blue uniforms. Pass inside, great deflection by the senior Gerald Fields. And here come the Bucks.
Mike, Chattanooga starts out in a zone. That's something that East Tennessee State anticipated and practiced against yesterday.
Here's Anthony, pretty good shooter. And it went out off the hands of Zaki Wadu. There's Jeff Lebo in his 2nd season. A lot of folks at the Southeast remember him as a player at North Carolina, point guard for Dean Smith. And he's done a great job at Chattanooga. Turnover by the freshman. The other end, there's Smith. Boy, both teams having a little trouble finding the basket early. Anthony missed it, but he's fouled and go to the line.
Great effort by James Anthony. Murray Bartos, junior, starting kind of third guard or small forward, who followed up on that play and had a chance for the stick back. So good hustle, even though Smith looked like he'd make that layup. Anthony never quit on it. Good move.
Foul was on Champion, his first. Anthony, a 67% free throw shooter, and an early substitution. The senior Ray Trowell, who was moved out of the starting lineup 5 games ago, comes in, and we have yet to play a minute, replacing that freshman Casey Long, who committed an early turnover.
Trowell was the starter last year and most of this year, Mike, and he brings a lot more experience to handling this Buccaneer press.
And so far, this press has had a little bit of an effect on Chattanooga, and I'm sure Jeff Lebo likes getting that senior point guard in, who's had quite a career handling the basketball. Said he took him out of the starting lineup as a little wake-up call. And again, they can't get it in, and Chattanooga has to take a timeout.
Really an awkward spot over there in the corner to try to inbound the ball from. You just don't have good passing lanes from over there, and Trowell could not find anybody to throw it to.
Well, as I talked about a moment ago, that these 2 teams have played already once this year, and it was a great game. The Mocs at home led by 17, and what a great comeback by East Tennessee State, led by Zaki Wadu in that game.
And State able to do some of that comeback by the full court pressure they're showing here right from the beginning now. So there you see some of the numbers in that first matchup between the 2, and there you see that awkward spot. Trowell having to inbound it from almost over there in the corner. Very awkward passing lanes.
And Wadu gets a hand on it. And at least they'll move over and have a better spot to throw the ball in from.
Exactly. It'll be much easier for him to inbound the ball from that spot, as he does.
Now we'll see what Trowell can do. Good move. Gets it across the timeline. Oh, he almost traveled, but a good pass inside. And the Lithuanian, Mindaugas Catalinas, can't get it to go down, but he's fouled by Wadu, and that'll be the first on the East Tennessee State senior.
Chattanooga wisely, once they got past the first wave of the press, tried to attack and get it to Catalinas right under the basket, and he should have probably powered it up more quickly instead of doing that double clutch shot, but he gets to the line.
Tom, this guy, Mindaugas Catalinas, has played so well his last 4 games, averaging almost 15 points a game and almost 9 rebounds. He's really given Chattanooga a presence in the post.
He had a double-double Saturday in that bracket buster game they played. Good player.
Here's Rhoda. Fields. Not a great tall guy, but so strong. Smith on the drive. fastest player in the Southern Conference.
And in addition to quickness, very elusive, can just kind of slip by you as he did that time going to the basket.
Well, Trowell showing a little speed of his own. Nice penetration. But Chattanooga having trouble early hitting their shots. Smith. Oh, my. And this got flagged.
And that is Smith at his best. Not only fast, but as I said, elusive. Avoided the big bodies with that change of direction and the easy one on the break.
Freshman of the year in the Southern Conference a year ago. And the leading scorer on this East Tennessee State team. Here's Rogan. Haven't talked a lot about Jason Rogan, who is having a great season for Chattanooga. But again, here is Tim Smith, the sophomore from Newport News, Virginia.
That was the drive against the zone, and there's the fast break. See the change of direction and body control. Great job out on the break.
Rogan's first shot of the game. I talked about Jason Rogan. He's averaging almost 15 points a game. This is a guy who can light it up in a hurry. And Catalina's down with the rebound for the Mocs. What a great crowd and a great atmosphere.
And Ray Crowell kind of catching his breath. Didn't have to fight the full court pressure that time and turned it over anyway.
That's the third turnover here in this first half for Chattanooga. I was talking about that crowd a moment ago. It is great to see here tonight. They're expecting over 9,000 here in this arena. Rhoda. Wadood with the strong offensive board. He's fouled, and Zaki Wadood will go to the free throw line.
He is very versatile, strong and athletic. Times the rebound very effectively. There you see the pass inside. Rhoda unable to finish, but Wadood with the great offensive rebound and went strong to the glass.
So Wadood, his first points tonight. Twice on the Southern Conference first team, all Southern Conference, and a candidate this year for SoCon Player of the Year. And here comes that pressure again for the Bucks. It has definitely bothered UT Chattanooga. With Trowell, who turned it over last time, now able to set up the offense.
And he doesn't attack this time, pulls it back out. That really plays into East Tennessee State's favor.
Shot is blocked by Wadood. What does he not do? Anthony takes steps. Zaki Wadood, who is a great shot blocker.
Closes out and makes that jump shot head the other direction, and there he is on the break.
Last year he broke the single season record for blocks with 66 for East Tennessee State. Having another fine year this year, and you saw him. He's great at both ends. Chris Brown turns it over with an errant pass. Now 4 turnovers for Jeff Lebo's Chattanooga Mocs.
Chris Brown really had a man in the middle, an easier pass to make, and through the cross corner, through the fastball, Mike needed to throw the changeup.
Rhoda trying to save it, not able to do it.
James Anthony trying to throw a lob pass to the back of the zone that time, but bad communication by the Bucks, and that pass went out of bounds.
Travis Strong, a freshman from Memphis, in to replace James Anthony in the East Tennessee State lineup. Boy, it's going to be fun to watch Trowell and Smith go at it in this game.
And one of the things this full court pressure has done, Ashley Champion has not gotten many touches so far. The pressure's taken him out of the offense.
There's that double team. If you can break the double team, there can be a player open. There was that time, but Chattanooga not able to finish. Brown got the rebound.
Gerald Fields with the block. Great comeback.
Chris Brown a little short. Boy, Catalinas really has turned up his game over the last 2 weeks.
He just felt more and more comfortable in Division I basketball. He's a junior college transfer. Took him a while to adjust.
Came from the College of Eastern Utah. He's a native of Lithuania. He's got the basketball. Here's Brown in the lane. Boy, the shooting is woeful for Chattanooga. Just 1 for 7 to start this game. Wadood in the paint, the turnaround. And here's Catalinas with another rebound.
Normally hard to hit outside shots in a building like this, Mike. You don't have normal sight lines or background, but they've missed easy ones.
Catalinas now with 4 rebounds in the game. We haven't had a score by either team in 2 minutes. That's turned over, and both teams, I think, are going to get a chance now to settle down, catch their breath. It's been a little hectic here early. Big rival game, and the homestanding Bucks lead the Mocs by 3. East Tennessee State leads here early. Neither team shooting the ball well at all. Chattanooga 1 for 8. East Tennessee State just 2 out of 7. Tom, you coached at Appalachian State for a decade. You came into this building a number of times. What can you do, or what did you do to try to get your team able to focus in this big cavernous dome-like building?
I think you try to get some easy shots by going inside, but they have been unable to even make those. And then ETSU has done a good job of coming back and helping out and blocking. But I think Chattanooga can't settle for the outside shot. Needs to do a better job of running their offense, trying to get some inside.
Mike Matthews is into the Chattanooga lineup. He's number 14. Trying a little more offense in. Also in Alfonso Pugh, a sophomore from Cleveland, Tennessee. This is Pugh with the basketball. Shot clock is under 10. Chattanooga can't get a shot. Pugh has to take it. Shot clock violation. Great defense by East Tennessee State.
Great team defense, doubled up on Trowell out front, and then Gerald Fields slid over and challenged that shot and blocked it. Chattanooga not used to playing with that much patience.
Here's Wadood. He can hit the 3, and he does that time. Wadood now the leading scorer in the game with 5.
We said he's versatile, and there he shows you his perimeter skills. Knocks it down from behind the arc.
Trowell on the drive. That bucket ended a 3-minute scoring drought in this game. Chattanooga just not getting good looks at all right now. They get one here by Rogan. Boy, Rogan can be a difference maker. He's got 2 3 balls.
Nice job by Ray Trowell. Penetrating pitch that time to give him the open look.
Strong. A little strong at the other end. And Matthews, who was a point guard a year ago, a backup point guard, moved to the wing this season, down with that rebound.
Nice
East
job
Tennessee
by
State foul is on Fields, his first.
Alfonso Pugh doing what we talked about a minute ago, trying to take the ball to the basket and forced the personal foul that time by Fields. So Chattanooga needs to continue to look to do that, get some easy ones by going to the basket.
They've had some easy ones, Tom, but they've missed them.
They have missed those as well. You're right. Need to settle down. Those will drop if they keep getting them.
Brad Knuckles now into the East Tennessee State lineup. Big guy, 6'9" sophomore from Council, Virginia. Here is Trowell. Champion. Haven't heard a lot from him offensively. Little short, but a great follow by Alfonso Pugh, who missed the last time these two teams played. He had an injury. Actually was out for about a week with a shoulder injury, but he's back, and that makes a big difference for this team.
He is key to Chattanooga's depth.
Turnover, and the Mocs have it back. Yeah, before he was injured, Pugh was really playing well offensively. He's got the ball now. He had 27 points in a game against Georgia Southern. Rogan on the drive. Jason Rogan, who has started every game this year for Chattanooga and been such a big part of their team, has certainly been the offense here in the first half. Foul's on Matthews. Or rather, the foul is on Anthony. And Rogan to the line.
And not a popular call by the home fans here at ETSU. Felt like maybe that was an offensive foul. But Rogan being aggressive, going to the basket, trying to get some easy ones. And that mentality has gotten Chattanooga right back into this game, Mike.
And Jason Rogan now leading scorer in the game with 7. He's an 82% free throw shooter, and you see his numbers on the year. Pugh gets the long rebound, and Chattanooga will have another shot at it. Or maybe not.
Catalinas moved both feet as he tried to make his back to the basket move down there. It was right in front of veteran official Mike Wood, who caught him and called the travel, and turnover against Chattanooga gives it back to the Bucks.
Chattanooga now with 5 turnovers here in this first half. Here's Knuckles. Big 6'9" center taking the 3 and can't get it to go.
But Brad Knuckles can make that shot. They encourage him to take it. Maybe shot that one a little quickly for East Tennessee State.
These two teams met a year ago in the Southern Conference Championship game. The tournament is next week in Charleston, and these again will be 2 of the favorites. I mentioned that game. Brad Knuckles, who's in there, had a great game last year in the championship. 16 points, 10 rebounds. Timeout on the floor. 11:32 to go in the first half here in Johnson City. And guess what, folks? We're all even. Chattanooga on a 6-0 run, and they have tied the score. And boy, you see some of the intensity here tonight. Great basketball coming up on Saturday. Mike Jaminski and I will be in Clemson. Hope you'll join us for Georgia Tech and Clemson at high noon. And then Saturday night, a big SEC battle, Auburn and Tennessee. That's Saturday right here on Fox Sports Net. It'll be Chattanooga's basketball and a chance for the Mocs to take the lead. Ray Trowell, who came in the opening minute and has gone the entire rest of the half at point guard. I think Jeff Lebo really wants that senior on the floor right now.
He has done a nice job of settling them down. They played much better under his guidance.
Once again, that East Tennessee State defense comes up big and forces a turnover.
East Tennessee State had zoned that out of bounds play and stayed in the zone. Catalinas caught the ball in the low post and wasn't quite sure what to do against the zone and just made an errant pass trying to throw it back out.
And now here comes Chattanooga showing a little pressure of their own.
And the Mocs, after that medium court press, fall back into their zone.
And the zone has been pretty effective. They played in most of this first half.
I watched East Tennessee State practice yesterday, and they worked a lot against the zone. They anticipated it. So far, unable to crack it.
Well, you just got a shot of James Anthony, and he can be a zone buster.
Their dynamic duo's doing okay. Rest of the team need to chip in a little bit.
Tim Smith and Zaki Wadood have been the offense here in the first half. Here's Fields. Good ball fake to draw the foul by the senior Gerald Fields. Senior out of Gainesville, Florida. He has not scored yet and will go to the line to attempt his first point.
And his drive along the baseline, a great first step to get by the defense and get himself in position where he could first pump fake and then try to power the ball up and force the foul. Nice move.
And trying to break a 4-minute scoring drought. He's not able to do it. You saw his numbers from the game the last time these two teams met. Fields had 18 points and was a huge factor in East Tennessee State's win.
And
they came from 17 down to win that game.
By making that free throw allows East Tennessee State to set up that press again, and then they fall back in the zone. Had luck with it last time. They said, let's try it again.
Casey Long, the freshman, back in at point. Here's Pugh, a little short. Boy, fell right into Rogan's hands. And once again, Tom, Chattanooga not able to hit what looks to be a relatively easy shot. Now they get a turnover, and Anthony takes it right back. Oh, how about James Anthony? Lost the ball, got it back, then beat his man to the basket.
Picked Casey Long's pocket as the Mocs tried to bring the ball up the floor and got the easy one for the Bucks.
Casey Long, who has been playing so well, has had a couple of turnovers. The freshman from Fayetteville, he's got the basketball and will set the Chattanooga offense. Brown, that's a deep three. And that shot was partially blocked. Here's Fields. Double team, but a nice pass to Smith. He hits the runner. Tim Smith now with 6.
Gerald Fields showing great patience there and not being in a hurry, and kicked it over to Smith.
We're at the Memorial Center, Johnson City, Tennessee. You're watching Southern Conference basketball. Two of the best teams in the league, UT Chattanooga and East Tennessee State. I'm Mike Hawkwood along with Tom Apke. Glad to have you with us tonight. We've got a great crowd here and an intense game as Casey Long, the freshman, hits the three.
Settled down and got squared up before he took that shot, and that's a big bucket from the perimeter for Chattanooga.
And Long had 11 points the last time these two met. And as we said, moved into that starting lineup 5 games ago. Fields doesn't draw the foul that time. Good defense by Chattanooga. And the quickness of Tim Smith comes into play again. It counts. And 1. No.
That was a goaltend down there by Chattanooga. Smith's ball went in anyway. There you see the steal and the drive and partial deflection.
And there was no foul, so Smith now with 4 field goals in the game.
Yeah, Alfonso Pugh got a fingernail on that one and slightly altered it, but it still went in, and it was a goaltend call.
And now here's Anthony. No goaltend that time, but guess who followed it up? Smith.
Again, Tim Smith did not take for granted that that was going to be an easy one to go in. Followed it up and got the easy one as a second chance point.
And just like that, Tim Smith's got 10 points. East Tennessee State has its largest lead of the game now at 6. Catalinas answering down the other way.
Great look from the middle of the zone back to the opposite side, and Catalinas had made a great move, slipped behind his man, and he showed his athleticism on that.
Boy, Tim Smith seems to be able to penetrate at will right now. And Wadood has got the rebound.
And he can go up and get rebounds at will in traffic.
You hear about the quickness of Tim Smith. It is something to see. One of the top players in the Southern Conference. Wadood fouled before the shot. Foul's going to be on Indaugas Catalinas. That'll be his second. There's a timeout on the floor and a 4-point lead by the Bucks over the Mocs. Tennessee State and the smallest player on the floor, 5'9" Tim Smith, already in double figures in this game with 10 points, and he has been electrifying for the East Tennessee State Buccaneers. And there he is, the sophomore from Newport News, Virginia. Spent a year at Hargrave Military Academy. Now in the last game, in the game they call the Bracket Buster game, he had 26 points at Fresno State. That was a huge win for East Tennessee State.
Bunch of key baskets in that game, and included in that, he hit the 2 winning free throws with about 8 seconds left to go on the clock. He is a clutch player.
After a 4-minute scoring drought, East Tennessee State has come alive offensively thanks to the man with the basketball right now, Tim Smith.
One of the reasons Chattanooga likes to play zone is to force the other team to slow down the pace a little.
They got a good look at it, not able to get it down. Magdagas Catalinas with the rebound. On the floor now for Chattanooga is Brian Richardson, junior from Rossville, Georgia. And Richardson is quite a shooter. Matter of fact, he leads the Southern Conference in three-point field goal percentage. He's number 4. And makes an errant pass to Ashley Champion.
Nice job of getting their hands up and being active in that zone by East Tennessee State, and the deflection goes off of Ashley Champion, so you cannot afford turning it over against the zone. Got to get shots and get some easy ones.
You got a good look at Richardson right there, who's in the game to help that Chattanooga offense a little bit. And the Bucks once again will attack this Chattanooga mock zone defense. Here's Smith. Knuckles will take another 3. Catalinas, who has been a monster on the boards, he's got 8 here in the first half.
And when you have a strong rebounding man in the middle like that, it really makes your zone all that more effective. Catalinas, a big reason why Chattanooga can play zone.
Well, I told you Richardson was in to shoot, but maybe that was a pass to Catalinas.
I think he'll claim it during film session, Mike. But,
I'm sure he will.
Not so. Errant shot. Catalinas on the cleanup.
Ball knocked away from Fields. Richardson scrambles for it. Held ball, possession arrow to East Tennessee State. Well, you saw Richardson looking for his shot there.
And it was a shot all the way, but Catalinas actively going after that one, stuffing it back in the basket.
Ben Rhoda returns to the East Tennessee State lineup, replacing Knuckles. Chattanooga has closed to within 2. Rhoda's a pretty good shooter. Anthony may have forced that up a little bit. Look at Rhoda follow with the offensive rebound. Ben Rhoda's first points tonight. The sophomore from Dayton, Ohio.
Chattanooga had great rebound position, but just mistimed it, and Rhoda there to clean up and get the stick back.
Here's Champion. Nice offensive move in the paint by Ashley Champion. And Tom, that's his first field goal here of the game.
First real decent shot as well. Got to get the ball to him more often.
East Tennessee turns it over. We've talked about Champion in the beginning, and you're right. This was his first real good look at the basket.
East Tennessee State really didn't sag and surround him in the post that time. He had a little room to operate. Has not had that kind of room in earlier opportunities.
He averages 18.5 points a game. He's the number 2 scorer in the Southern Conference. Boy, Rhoda got a hand on it. Brown not able to catch it. Turnover will give it back to the Bucks.
Casey Long tried to penetrate and pitch it out, and Rhoda read that, saw it coming. Nice defensive play on that wing of the zone by Ben Rhoda.
Chattanooga now with 11 turnovers in the first half. They average on the season 16.5 turnovers a game, and already with 11. And you can credit a lot of that, I think, to this is East Tennessee State defense.
Absolutely. East Tennessee State, one of the better defensive teams in this league, and really pride themselves on playing aggressively and forcing turnovers.
Shot clock's at 5. Smith has to take the 3. Pugh way up high to get that rebound for Chattanooga.
Saw his athletic ability to go way up and get it.
Not able to convert. I think they touched the ball in the cylinder, and it will belong to Chattanooga. As both teams flew up and down the court with nothing positive to show for it. But 3:23 to go first half. We got a 2-point game here in Johnson City. What a great rivalry. This whole community seems to have gotten into the spirit of things tonight. Coming up halftime, we will talk with East Tennessee State first-year coach Murray Bartow about what his life has been like in Johnson City this year. First half highlights and stats as well. There's Sam Oldman, who doesn't get a lot of minutes, but is in the game for Tim Smith in significance. Or no, Tim Smith is still out there. The point I made about Tim Smith is that he averages 35 minutes a game, more than anybody else on the floor.
He doesn't like to sit down.
Obviously didn't that time, as Trowell hits the three.
That time, the Mocs screened the top of that zone and gave Trowell his first open look of the night. He knocks it down.
First points of the game for Trowell. Boy, good movement around that zone, and Fields able to hit his first bucket tonight.
Wadood with a great pass along the baseline to find his senior buddy Gerald Fields, and you see what a strong player he is inside.
Showing a lot of patience in attacking that zone as well. Great ball movement, and now Chattanooga can't answer. East Tennessee State with a 1-point lead. Fields. Boy, what a great job by Ben Rhoda. Here's a guy who starts at guard and averages almost 5 rebounds a game, and you see why.
Yeah, he really does crash the board effectively, and he found that little area in the middle of the zone. When long shots miss, they often rebound long. He tracked that one down with the foul and then made the follow.
Here's Rogan. Haven't heard from him in a while. Champion. Ashley Champion's been pretty quiet in this half. Offensive foul. Good job that time by Champion on defense after missing the shot. Hustling back down the other way and making a good defensive play.
Tim Smith tried to drive all the way to the basket against the zone when it was basically already set up. And good call. Mike Champion was anchored there in the middle. Smith unable to avoid him, got called for the charge.
Charles Anderson, 6'8" sophomore from Chattanooga, into the Mocs lineup. And now Trowell will try to set the offense as we approach a minute to go here in the first half.
Charles Anderson tried to set a screen in the zone to free Ashley Champion up. And you see Jeff Lebo not happy with that call, but pretty good move. That screen more like offensive pass blocking, Mike, and that was a no-no. He got caught a little bit too much pushing.
Here is Oldman. Just came in the game, normally plays point guard. Essentially, East Tennessee State with 2 point guards on the floor right now. And boy, for the 3rd straight possession, I think we're going to get another offensive foul.
Zaki Wadood trying to post up aggressively against that zone defense, got called for leaning a little too strongly, and now Murray Bartow unable or unhappy with that last call.
That was the 2nd foul on Wadood. He quickly sits down. Brad Knuckles in here for the final minute of the half. They don't want Wadood to pick up another foul before halftime. Low scoring first half, but credit to defense on both of these teams.
Great preparation. They know one another well. Their coaches have watched a lot of tape of one another, and each anticipating what the other likes to do best.
Shot clock down to 5. Trowell penetrates. What a great drive by Ray Trowell. He's got 5 points.
Little mini version of Tim Smith, a little lefty point guard, able to get inside and get that soft shot up.
And Murray Bartow takes a 30-second timeout here. He'll set up the final shot of the half. East Tennessee State with a 1-point lead. They've led most of the way here in the first half. But give Chattanooga a lot of credit. And again, I think both of these teams are playing extremely well defensively. And as you said, they know each other. They played each other just a couple of weeks ago. And when you have that familiarity, sometimes it lends to defensive battles like this one.
Both teams also playing zone, and zone tends to slow the pace down a little bit. You have to set up, organize, generally make 2 or 3 passes before you get something you like. Both teams would prefer a faster pace in that zone. Their opponent playing kind of slowing them down, so it's a low-scoring game because neither team able to run as much as they'd like to.
All right, ready to go with the final 20 seconds of this first half.
Chattanooga switches up and goes man-to-man on this last play.
And Smith immediately tried to penetrate. The kick out to Rhoda. And Ben Rhoda has been a silent star in this first half.
Smith read it and found Rhoda for the big one out of the corner. Great play to end the half.
And I think I might have seen a little smile creep on Murray Bartow's face. We're at halftime at Johnson City. The homestanding Bucks of East Tennessee State lead Chattanooga by 4, 28-24.